Hey, Chiefs Kingdom. I want to do a mailbag later on in the week. Haven't done one the past couple of weeks. Want to crank them back up. So use hashtag Chiefs right now in the comments section and ask whatever questions you want. Ask about free agency. Ask about training camp, the preseason, the regular season, whatever it is, trade ideas. I will answer as many of your questions as we can. So get them loaded up right now in the comments. Hashtag Chiefs and ask your questions. With that being said, we got some injury news to get into on today's show. You're watching the Kansas City Chiefs Report by Chat Sports. Harrison Graham here as always. And unfortunately, we have to report about some injury news coming out of Chiefs training camp. Juan Thornhill, the third-year safety, left practice earlier today with an injury. It is being reported as a groin injury. Unclear how severe it is, but not great for a guy who was finally fully healthy, having a strong start to camp after a up and down 2020 after suffering that ACL late in 2019. And I mentioned this is his third year. This is a big season for Juan Thornhill to kind of establish himself part of this defensive core moving forward. Hopefully it's nothing serious. Hopefully it's a 1 to 2 or 3 week type of deal. Take some days off and gets back after it before week 1. But groins can linger for a while. They're kind of like hamstring injuries. Sometimes they're 10 days, sometimes they're a month. So hopefully it's nothing too serious. Hopefully it's not a tear or anything like that. Don't have a ton of info early on here other than the Chiefs are calling it a groin injury, which isn't great if we're being completely honest, because his first year in 2019, Juan Thornhill was awesome. It was like you got this guy late in the second round. It was an absolute steal. And then last year only started 8 of 16 games, kind of was a slow starter, started to look like his 2019 self toward the latter part of the season, especially on into the playoffs, started to see him fly around more and more. And we were hoping, okay, 2020, fully healthy offseason, he'll be ready to rock and roll for 2021. And now a groin injury pops up during training camp. So obviously not an ideal situation. The good news is this is why you re-sign a guy like Dirty Dan Sorensen. That's why you bring him back for that safety insurance. The Chiefs like to run a lot of 3 safety looks anyway, so they can get by with what they have as long as Thornhill is out. But obviously, you don't want this guy to miss any time. You spend a second-round pick on him. I think he's a guy, when fully healthy, worth giving a second contract to, but if injuries keep piling up, that's going to work against him as, he looks to start negotiating for an extension, next offseason when he enters the final year of his rookie contract. So again, it's early. Don't want to over-speculate on how severe this injury could be, but obviously it's not the most ideal situation for Juan Thornhill and for the Kansas City Chiefs for him to suffer a groin injury. Hey, spam the comments. Send Juan Thornhill your support. Type JT down below. Hopefully he's back very, very soon. Hopefully it's just days and not weeks, and certainly not a month or more. So type JT right now down in the comments section. Hey, something else you can do to support the show, support Juan Thornhill, but also support the Kansas City Chiefs Report is, hey, subscribe. We're going to continue to bring you the latest Chiefs news and rumors. I've been doing a lot recently for Chat Sports. NBA offseason is well underway, but I'm trying to get Chiefs videos 5-6 days a week, trying to crank up our coverage here as we get closer and closer to week 1. Let's catch our Philadelphia Eagles channel, which is closing in on 20,000 subscribers. Come on, let's close in on them before the end of the season. How about that? I think we can get there. YouTube.com/ChiefsTV. That is the link to share with your friends. And hey, if you want more Chiefs videos, all you got to do is hit that big red button and subscribe today. Let's talk more. Big year for Mecole Hardman. Been a big topic this offseason. A player who's also entering his third season with Kansas City, slated to be the number 2 wide receiver this year. Had a good OTAs, had a good mini camp, has started to talk about, hey, I understand how important this year is for my career. He's acknowledging that, hey, I've got to show out this year. I got to be reliable for Patrick Mahomes for this 2021 season. That is what Hardman needs to do this year. He's got to prove that he can be that guy for Kansas City, as he's been a little inconsistent his first 2 seasons. Quote, "It's probably one of my most important seasons. I think it's up to me personally to do what I need to do and take advantage of every opportunity that's given to me and gain the trust of the coaches, the rest of the staff, and Pat and my teammates, and just show them I can be a viable asset every Sunday or whatever day we're playing on." He just said it. Mecole Hardman's got to prove himself. He's got to show that, hey, I can be a reliable player in this offense. He's been explosive. He's been a guy that can change games on any touch that he gets. but he's been inconsistent. He's run wrong routes at times. He's dropped balls at opportune times. He had a fumbling issue last year. He's got to fine-tune those technical things so he can be that reliable number 2 receiver that you lost in Sammy Watkins. Watkins was unreliable in the sense that he was hurt a lot, but when he was out there, you knew you can count on him to be that good number 2 player opposite of Tyreek Hill. Now get going with our sports betting partner, BetUS, at chatsports.com/ChiefsBet. Guys, the month of August is here, which means preseason football is just around the corner. Make some money, and you can get a 125% deposit bonus when you sign up with BetUS right now. But you got to use our link, chatsports.com/ChiefsBet. Put it down $100. They're going to give you $125 for free with our promo code Chiefs125. Gambling Sam, my producer today. Hey, you need any gambling tips, sports gambling tips? DM him at SamBrownCS on Twitter. He'll give you guys all the tips with BetUS. Go to our link below, chatsports.com/ChiefsBet. Use our promo code Chiefs125. Make some money throughout football season. You look at what Mecole Hardman has done throughout his first couple of seasons in the National Football League. Like I said, the explosiveness has been there. It really was there his rookie year when he averaged almost 21 yards a catch. But now it's about being, a more consistent receiver, not just a weapon. Can you run good routes? Can you be sharp? Can you, run a 7-yard out route instead of a 5.5-yard out route? Those are minor things, or at least they sound minor, but they're very, very important, especially when you're playing with a supreme quarterback like Patrick Mahomes. And if he's not the guy that's going to step up, someone else will. You've got Demarcus Robinson. You've got Byron Pringle. Cornell Powell. I've seen decent things out of Antonio Callaway during training camp as well. We know that he's a talented football player, but the Chiefs not signing a veteran-proven a wide receiver basically told me and told Mecole Hardman, hey, it's on you. You're the guy for us to step up this year. So, yeah, it is very much a very, very big season for Mecole Hardman. He knows it. I know it. We all know it. And now it's up to him to prove himself in 2021. Will he have a big year in 2021? Type Y for yes. Type N for no. Get your votes in on this one. I'm optimistic. I think he'll play well. But, again, it's up to him to prove so. And, obviously, training camp is the starting place of doing just that. How about another new weapon for Patrick Mahomes, or a real new weapon? Hardman's obviously been there, but Noah Gray. A lot of hype coming out from this kid during training camp. He had a strong first week last week. Pulled up on a route today, which led to an interception, so that wasn't great. But he's a rookie. He's going to have some of those mistakes, those miscommunications with quarterbacks. But I think he's the early favorite to be your number 2 tight end behind Travis Kelce. There's been a lot of good reports out of Kansas City that Gray is going to be a really good player in this offense, and it could end up being yet another draft steal for general manager Brett Veach. Here's what Louis Riddick had to say a couple of days ago about Noah Gray. He said, hey, Noah Gray, tight end, don't forget the name. He is going to be fire. # Chiefs Kingdom. And, hey, I trust Louis Riddick's information. I trust his eyes when it comes to what he sees on the practice field and on the game field. I'm excited for Noah Gray. When they drafted him, it felt like a bit of a reach, but they clearly identified something within this kid, and he's got some real potential as a receiving weapon. Obviously, the numbers at Duke don't jump off the page by any means, but he also played at Duke. It's not like he's playing within the Chiefs offense out there in the ACC for basketball program Duke. 29 grabs, almost 300 yards, a couple of tutties last year, but I think that he can be a guy that can stretch the field a little bit and be a guy that can take advantage when guys like Travis Kelce and Tyreek Hill are getting double teamed quite often, which they will. I think he's your tight end too. You got Blake Bell, Nick Keiser, a couple of experienced players as well. Jody Fortson converted to tight end. We'll see if he's got a chance of making this roster. Obviously, you've got Evan Bayless, who got banged up at practice earlier today as well. But I think Noah Gray is a player that we continue to hear positive things about. I think we're going to continue to, and he's a guy to watch out for in the preseason, right? We'll probably do a video of players to watch during the preseason, and I think Noah Gray will be one of those guys, as will all of these rookies, as we continue to get through training camp and on into the preseason. So, hey, he could be a weapon as soon as this year for Patrick Mahomes. 6'3", 240. Should be excited to see what he can do once the games get here. Which rookie are you most excited for? Let me know down in the comments section. If I had to pick one guy, I'm probably going to go with Nick Bolton. Creed Humphrey obviously it looks like he's going to start at center, but that's not super flashy. I want something that's going to jump off the page. Producer Sam's an OU alum, so he's disagreeing with me, but I'm going to go Nick Bolton for now. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments, and we will see you next time here on the Chiefs Report.